Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the All Star Wrestling Review Series for March of 1978. This is the March 26th edition, 1978, and we are fast going through 78. Good news is there's shows all the way up to part of 82 up here. So that should be good. They're adding more and more stuff to Peacock. They said everything would be up by SummerSlam. I don't know that everything will, but they are filling in quite a bit here, and I mean, ultimately, these runs from 1978 are just they're enjoyable to me for a number of reasons. But needless to say, hosted by Vince McMahon, including McMahon conducting ringside interview with Baron Mikel Cicluna and Butcher Vachon, who said they're forming a tag team, which they had done in previous weeks. Larry Zbyszko babyface here against the Golden Terror via disqualification. 8:05 when Terror wouldn't break an abdominal submission hold. When Zbyszko had his legs wrapped around the bottom rope, that is the cause for the finish there. What I find interesting there is something as simple as actually following the rules can be used as a finish, which today's wrestlers are so intent on doing flips and flops that rules don't seem to matter to the majority of individuals who are interested in wrestling. Anyway, the takedowns and really basic stuff, leg locks, and then a tip out of the head scissors by Zbyszko. Zbyszko always coming up looking like a really good run. Again, having an alignment with Bruno Sammartino makes Zbyszko at the time still one of the better baby faces in the area. Shoulder tackle in a bunch by the Golden Terror. Golden Terror, of course, in a full gold bodysuit, which would have been really vibrant colors at the time for television 1978. Not that color TV had never seen these colors before, but just a unique outfit there. Terror tries to get things going back in his general direction. More battles over head scissors and takeovers and the like. Really basic, good match, worth going out of your way to see if you enjoy just storytelling that doesn't require, a flow chart to be able to follow. Golden Terror is made to look credible enough that he looks like he's a challenge to Zbyszko. Gets a few body slams and stuff off on Zbyszko. Also an abdominal claw, which is rare because the abdominal claw are a major finish in Texas, but still used here, which is kind of bizarre. Ultimately, kind of see a get up and go around a little bit there. Shots by Zbyszko, who eventually wins by disqualification, as mentioned before. Then we move to the next match in the bunch, which happens to include Captain Lou Albano. The Yucatan Lumberjacks with Captain Lou Albano defeat Sal Friedman and Frankie Williams 7:39 when Pierre pins Williams following a double chop from both of the Lumberjacks. Of course, this is another in the teams at which Captain Lou Albano manages to the tag team championships. I don't know a great deal about the Lumberjacks. I don't know really how long they're here because this is a team that doesn't get a lot of credit and play on the WWE Network in general during the time period, and ultimately in history pieces, the Lumberjacks. I don't know that I've ever really heard them talked about. Maybe a tag team DVD here and there, but that's about it. Anyway, very basic brawling Captain Lou with that loud Hawaiian shirt there. Lumberjacks continue to be dominant throughout, cutting the ring off on their opponents throughout the match. Not sure that it necessarily needs to be 7 minutes or whatever it was, but the champions are pretty dominant for the majority of the contest. I think the idea was to make them dominant so that when they challenged better competition, on the house shows in Boston Garden, Philly, Madison Square Garden, whatever, it would look credible. I don't know that they necessarily were that well known in other areas to be given a major push elsewhere. At least that's the way it comes across. Then we see Baron Mikel Cicluna and Paul Vachon, managing to call themselves a tag team and talk about wanting to be a team, wanting to be the champions, going against the Lumberjacks. We'd seen Captain Lou Albano manage the team before. That seems to have changed, so maybe they're supposed to be baby faces at this point. A little bit of ambiguity about their identity and going forward, but the idea behind the promo, very simple. They want to be a tag team and challenge for the tag team championships. Then we move towards, ultimately kind of that Luke Graham with the Grand Wizard defeating Steve King and Joe Malda in a handicap match, 219, pinning both men at the same time. And again, Crazy Luke Graham, actually, believe it or not, a lot of people don't know this, but one of Vince McMahon's favorite wrestlers, of course, the Graham brothers, Eddie Graham and Luke Graham, and I think there's a third one. Superstar Billy Graham, maybe he's the third. But anyway, Luke Graham, kind of an outlandish guy wearing tie-dye, multicolored trunks and basically trying to get an advantage wherever he can. Cut off there by Graham managing to hit elbow drops and basic stuff. Nothing necessarily worth writing home about, and double pinning both guys as we close the program. But that's where we go, and the Grand Wizard having his back as a manager is a pretty big deal at the time. We'll be back with more right after this.